Hey guys, so today I'm going to teach you how to do a 5-minute makeup routine for work. I know it sounds crazy, but it's definitely possible. It's all about just keeping it fresh, natural looking, but honestly, nothing's natural. It is a whole beat face. So continue watching to check it out. So you basically want to start by just brushing those eyebrows into place. It's just gonna make it way quicker. A lot of people actually skip this step too and just use a brow gel. In a regular world, you might already have your eyebrows tweezed to how you like it. So this may go by way faster than usual. Also with my work brows, I try not to make them as harsh as my everyday brow when I'm like having like a glam look, because sometimes that glitter kind of balances it out. But when you're doing work eyeshadow, you just need something a little more light-handed. Next thing I do, I kind of work eyes to face. So I get a shade that's very close to my skin tone. This one's a little warm. Excuse it, it's a mess, but use this one right here. So it's gonna be like a warmer version of my skin tone. And then we're gonna get a blending brush, add that in there, and then just put that all over the lid and into the crease as well. So the next thing I do, I can't do foundation in the morning, don't have the time nor the energy. I do recommend putting on a primer. I use Hydro Grip, so Hydro Grip takes like 4 or 5 minutes to dry and really get that texture that you want. So what I would recommend is just put it on, take this time to do your hair, and then come back and finish with your face. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do, if you wanna skip that foundation step but still look like you got a beat face, this is my trick. So I use a concealer that is 1 shade lighter than me, basically almost my complexion, like not a dramatic glow. Like you don't really want to be noticeable. And also something is, this one has a little bit, you probably can't really see it on camera, but it has a little bit of an orange tone to it, so it also color corrects my bags. We're just gonna put that concealer right there on, push the headband back to reveal the 5 head, and we're gonna go in there with that bronzer, and I just tap it onto my cheekbone and blend it out. So this is sticking like directly to the Hydro Grip. So it's kind of like wearing a powder foundation, but that's not what we're doing today. That is an option too, ladies. So like if you don't feel like this concealer mess, you don't have to. So I put this, it is a bronzer, but I kind of put it all within this portion of my face, suck in those cheeks, and I put it on the forehead. So it's gonna naturally make it look like you highlighted right here, but you didn't, you just ignored it. And you're gonna use your natural skin tone right there. If you have breakouts right there and stuff, just put a little bit of concealer there. You already have your Hydro Grip, so it's gonna stick to it the same. I use a brush, not a beauty blender, so I don't have to worry about like running to go wet my brush. So we are going to just press this in. And you wanna pull it all the way out. We're going to get our setting powder. So you can get a pressed powder, that's probably gonna save you the most time. I prefer loose powders, but for the sake of time, we're gonna use this pressed powder. This one's by MAC. And we're just gonna go in there and just press it into the skin. So press, 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 press. Just gonna go back in with the bronzer. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cross that line that goes from bronzer to highlight, and we're just going to press this right there. And then you're just gonna blend over that line. So you're gonna swirl it together, and you're just gonna come right down and follow it all the way down. So now that we have the center of the face brightened, we got this a little bronzed up. So now it's like we have a natural glow. It's still dramatic glow, but it's very natural, to the point where they're not gonna realize really what's occurring. We're gonna get our blush and go right on top of where we just married that highlight to the bronzer. So we're just gonna put it right on top, And you try not to go too heavy-handed, but just kind of dab it on there. So it's very light. It matches my headband. And then we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. I have big cheeks, so I just smile to make it work. And I do put it on the apples of my cheeks because I like it there. So after I do that, guys, we're pretty much almost finished. Sometimes when I was working really fast at the beginning, I open that bronzer back up if I see I got a little bit of extra time on my watch. Go back in with the same brush. Yeah, I'm double dipping. Go into my bronzer, and then I deepen right here. This is not a mandatory step. I repeat, this is not a mandatory step, but it kind of gives your eyes more dimension and brings more attention back to like the contrast and highlights of browns on your face. It really just builds up the look. It blends in and it blends in very naturally, but it definitely makes a difference. Especially when under your eyes are a little bit brighter, then you put that on, so pretty cool. The last two things are your mascara, which is my favorite part. Now this is the part I struggle with, not in the sense that I don't know how to put on mascara, but because I like to cake my mascara on till it looks like falsies. So I just have to be very cautious of that when I'm going to work. And just put a little bit up here. Another thing I do, so I can skip over the eyeliner roll, is I will put my mascara right here and just shake it near the root to try to darken up the root and bring focus back to the center of the eye. You see the difference? This eye, this eye. So it is a big difference. Mascara really brings like your eyes to life, and again, it's that contrast of dark and light. So that's what really makes a work day pop, but also is very subtle. And guys, I just got mascara on my lid just a little bit. So quick tip in the middle of the video. If you get mascara on your lid, you have two outs. You can either sit there, let it dry if you have the time. And if you don't, and you're terrible like me, I get the same brush that I use that shadow with, pat right on top of it from an upward angle, and then just cover it up. Never know it was there. Nobody has to know. Nobody has to be there. Okay, so I put on my lip balm. That's the first thing I did because I wasn't getting on here with ashy lips. But some people feel like you should have a matte lip at work. Some people feel like it should be just be whatever you want. I wear gloss to work all the time, so I'm not about to change it today. So this is Whirl by MAC, which is like a very neutral tone on me. It's kind of pinky too, so. But that's gonna be my base color. And then I always say, if it's your work routine and you want it to be quick and easy, like the main thing you wanna do, don't buy a color where you're gonna have to use a lip liner because that's gonna take more time. So you wanna get a nude that works for your skin tone without you having to add anything, because you're gonna have to redo it in the middle of the day. You're gonna have to touch up after lunch. You might have to touch up before lunch when you had your drink of water or whatever, your coffee. So just get a color that you can apply quickly. If you can apply it within less than a minute, not the one for work. And then I'm going to use, this is Praline by NYX because I like a good gloss on my lip. And this is my full face of workday makeup. This should get you from the 9 a.m. to the 6 p.m., from the 10 a.m. to the 6 p.m. Even if you work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., it should get you through. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing this with you guys. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. And like, my eyebrows are messy, but I want them messy because it's supposed to look natural. So thank you guys for watching and tune in for next week's video. Bye.